touch judge Mr Tinsdale, Mr Pickett, and the in-goal touch judges Mr Taylor, Mr Marsh. Barrow's match day sponsor is Hay Plant of Ashted Plantyre, Ironworks Road. The ball sponsors John Calvert and Company, insurance consultants from Roos Road, and Barrow's main sponsor Furness Park Motors. And it's Barrow with a bit of early pressure. It's Roy Robinson takes the ball up. Neil Shaw acting half-back. Out to Marwood. Tries the bomb for the corner. And it's too far. And it's straight out. And Carl Marriott looks like a prop forward. Well, was that flopping or not? Referee says no. Here's number 10, Mark Meadows. Good tackling from Barrow on Chris Parr. And line it to play the ball. Quick tap there by Rochdale. But I think the referee should have made a mark there. But he lets it go. Rochdale here on the attack. Lee Durant out to the standoff. Steve Gartland. Oh, and it's left behind by the second row man, Tony Morrison. Rochdale here looking for a quick return to Division 1. Relegated last year, and they started off well. It's 3 out of 3 for Rochdale. Jeff Luxon. He's pulled down by Steve Gartland. Gareth Kerr. Over halfway, inside to Gary Spencer. His break on. Oh, and he had Dean Marwood with him. And Dean Marwood's mad, and I can understand why. He was right with him there, Dean Marwood. Back to just Schubert. Out to Neil Shaw. Now then, it's out to Johnny Wright. Pull down, 10 metres short. Barrow, last tackle. Atkinson, out to Marwood. Inside, Roy Robinson, Darren Wilson. Try to keep the ball alive. McAllister. And it's last tackle, it's hand over. But Barrow there, chances going. Gary Spenceley, I don't know whether it's in Dean Marwood or not, but he was wide open. We've got a better view from up here, as we've always said. It's all right us saying. But Barrow keeping the ball alive well there. Opening the Rochdale defence. Barrow try to do what their academy have just done. Beat Rochdale. Oh, and it's play on really. Well, I don't know how Mr. Lowe's come to that decision. I mean, it wasn't even a knock-on in the first place. It come off his knees, but the ball's out. Good covering by Jeff Luxon. Excellent tackle. Good second row work from Jeff Luxon there. Taking the wingman, Craig Paul O'Keefe into touch. And I think that's a bit of justice there, because that was no knock on. It's Atkinson out to Roy Robinson. Atkinson going from acting half back. Three Rochdale defenders. Neil Shaw gives it Jeff Luxon. Well tackled by Mark Meadows. Shaw out to Marwood. Inside, Gary Spenceley. Good tackle, well picked up by Chris Parr. Neil Shaw coming up the blind side. Last tackle. Hutton out to Marwood. Puts the ball up again. Is it onside? Oh, he's dropped it. It's a try. I think it's Ian McAllister, Darren Wilson who's in. We're going to have a look. I think everybody seems happy. A knock on, he says. Well, I can't understand what he's give there, because if it was a Barrow knock on, it should be a scrum. Unless the Rochdale man touched it down, that's the only thing he can have give there, was a touchdown by Rochdale, but he didn't seem to touch it down from up here. So, Shaw out to Gary Schubert. And offside, Rochdale. So chance for 2 points here to Dean Marwood. So Barrow with plenty of pressure here. They did exactly the same with Hunslet in the last game. Plenty of pressure with no points, and Hunslet come back with a sucker punch 3 times. It's Marwood. Strokes the ball through the post. Seven minutes gone, 2 points to nil. Barrow lead. But maybe think they were a bit hard done by maybe with that disallowed try. Oh, that's a knock on now. And the second row man, Tony Morrison, stops it with his foot and it come up and hit his hand. And I think it was a good shout by the crowd over that side. It's out to Barrett, Atkinson, Thomas, Wilson, shows the ball, goes back inside. Darren Wilson struggled to get in earlier on. He didn't have his pass. The doorman wasn't going to let him in. Marwood sidesteps. Neil Shaw. Big shouts from Atkinson. He wants the ball. Taken 5 yards short. Neil Shaw going on his own. Pulled down. Barrow. Gary Spenceley, Marwood, long ball out to Jeff Luxon. It's come out to Darren Wilson, play on, and he's in, he's going to be in, to play on. And I think Rochdale waiting for a decision there. And Glenn Hutton plays on, and Jeff Luxon, and he goes in the corner. Six points to nil, Barrow. Going back to the 1960s, Mick Murray, Bill Burgess, Tom Brophy, the last lot to get to Wembley here at Craven Park. It's Marwood with the conversion attempt. Ooh, and he doesn't get out of that one at all. So 9 minutes gone, 6 points to nil, Barrow leading. And we started off like this against Lee in their first game when they were 16 points to nil up, but let it slip. Marwood kicks deep again. Good tackle from Johnny Wright. In for the injured Darren Carter, who stretched off in the last game. Hasn't come through a test this week, so misses the game. Wayne Reid, Neil Shaw laying on, having a little laugh with Wayne Reid. Richard Pashrick out to the prop forward, Mark Meadows. Last tackle, good set of tackling there by Barrow. Pashrick out to the scrum half, Flanagan. A little chip over the top. It's taken and it's going to be a try by number 2. Ian Hayes, the ball bounced up nicely. Number 6 it was, Steve Gartland chipped over the top. Barrow waiting for the kick on the last tackle. And back 6 points to 4. Barrow never really attacked that ball there when it was kicked over by Gartland. And it's off the post. 6 points to 4. Barrow still leading. Barrow didn't seem to attack that chip over the top. And it bounced, letting it bounce. It bounced nicely for Stevie Gartland. And good backing up from the wingman, Ian Hayes. As soon as he received the ball, it was an open field. So Gartland with the restart. Gareth Kerr. Tackle 2 yards short. Roy Robinson will have to go from acting half-back. Gets a good 10 metres there, Roy Robinson. Opens it up a little bit. Here's Ian McAllister. Bundle to the ground. Here's Jeff Luxon. Good break from Jeff Luxon. Coming a big crowd favourite down here. Jeff Luxon signed from the Broncos. Marwood dummies. Now then, he's got Darren Wilson with him. It's to Darren Wilson. It's a chase. Oh, and it's a good tackle, a last minute tackle. And Darren Wilson's injured. And I think it was the scrum half, Neil Flanagan, getting back. Schubert gets away from his mark. He's got men on the inside. And it's play on. And it was number 9 this time, Richard Pashrick, who got an hand to it. Darren Wilson taking a knock to the head. As Rochdale got men over now with Darren Wilson injured. And it's a break, it's 1-on-1. Good tackle from Roy Robinson. Sized him up, made him go to the wing. But here come Rochdale on a charge. And it's the big prop forward looking for a back. As Glenn Hutton gets across. Barrow still running back. Pashrick, well tackled by Glenn Hutton again. Out to Flanagan on his own, tries a little chip through, well fielded by Roy Robinson. Darren Wilson back on his feet. Not standing square, offside, the referee gives. Dean Marwood again takes on the Rochdale defence. Fast stuff out there at the moment. Here's Jeff Luxon. Good tackling from Carl Marriott. Is that stealing the ball or an attack to the head? And it's going to be number 10, Mark Meadows, who's going to be pulled out. Rubbing his face, I think, is the decision. Let's hand between the legs. You're not allowed to put your hand between the legs nowadays. And Lee Durant has to leave the field. He's been replaced by Mick Farrell. Here's Schubert. Neil Shaw acting halfback. Marwood. Gary Spenceley. And a bit of laying on here by Rochdale. I think they've got away with it once or twice and they're having another little go. But Mr. Law said he's had enough of it, let's have a penalty. So Dean Marwood with the penalty attempt. It's 20 metres from the post. So Marwood with the penalty attempt. Oh, and it's a poor kick again. It's pulled wide. Doesn't seem to be hitting them at all right at the moment, Dean Marwood. Doesn't seem to be getting under the ball with the two that he's tried. Steve Gartland kicks, taken by Gary Spenceley. He'll run the ball in. Well hit by Mark Meadows. Neil Shaw out to Gary Schubert. Ooh, handed off the number 8, Chris Part. Marwood switches, gives it to Atkinson. Out to Dean Thomas, still on trial is Dean Thomas. Marwood looking for a runner, finds Gareth Kerr. Dean Marwood again, out to Johnny Wright. Last tackle. Neil Shaw going up the blind side. Tries a chip over the top. Ian Haynes gets away from his marker. That's no tackle now. Nice hit from Sherbert. Cleaned up by Phil Atkinson. Here's Meadows. Brought down by Gary Spenceley. Little run from acting half-back from the hooker, Pashrick. I may be pronouncing this name wrong, it's a funny name. Flanagan gets the long ball out. It's a kick down the field. Roy Robinson lets it go. Nice kick from the centre. Paul Stevens puts Barrow on the 10-metre line. Both teams strolling back, very warm out there. Just coming up to halfway through this first half, 6 points to 4, Barrow lead. Marwood coming from the base of the scrum, he's pulled down by Rob Lowe. Neil Shaw acting half-back, Jeff Luxon. Out to Dean Thomas. Now then. Good run from Dean Thomas. Atkinson. Out to Shaw. Schubert. Johnny Wright. Well hit by the second row man, Tony Morrison. Johnny Wright there. Chris Parr. Barrow struggling slightly to put some of these big forwards down. Gartland out to the sub, Farrell. Good cover tackle by Atkinson. Farrell near on through there. It's the wingman, Paul O'Keefe. Taken out by Schubert. 4 tackles. Pashrick out to Gartland. Loose forward, Wayne Reid. Out to Gartland. Oh, and he juggles it and loses it. No advantage. Mr. Lowell pulling back, heading ball to Barry. Just over halfway through the first half, 6 points to 4, Barry leading. It's come out to Roy Robinson. It's pulled down by Mark Meadows. Gary Spenceley runs into Mark Meadows, he pulls him down with the help of the second row man, Rob Lowe. Here's Jeff Luxon running at Gartland. Neil Shaw, Marwood tries to straighten up. Oh, and he's dropped the ball. He pulled that towards him, and the linesman hasn't seen it. It was a knock on. But Barry don't want to be giving the ball away at that position. Forward pass. Going down the blind side, Paul Stevens. Ian Haynes, acting half-back. Patrick. Ooh, good tackle there from Gary Spenceley, I think it is. Oh, it's Jeff Luxon and Schubert. Reid. Short ball to the second row man, Rob Lowe. Barry defence holding its last tackle. It's another kick, is it? Flanagan. Out to Gartland, tries it through again. It's play on. Picked up by Robinson. And he's thrown over the try line. Not a great lot Roy Robinson could do there. He had to pick it up and run it out. Taken by Ian Hayes, the try scorer. Patrick. Out to Matt Meadows. Pulled down 8 metres short, 12 metres short of the Barrow line. Flanagan. Tries to slip the ball out, the big number 8, Chris Parr. And a penalty. Stealing the ball. They may have a pop at goal here to level the scores. Mark Meadows holds the ball up. Well, I think we need to know what's going on, and the referee should hurry him up slightly and decide to tap. It's out to Meadows. Rochdale feel they can get over this Barrow try line, soaked up a bit of pressure here. Paul O'Keefe could have a move on here, Rochdale. Patrick. Inside to Wayne Reid, but he's well tackled by Roy Robinson. Patrick again. Gartland. Inside ball. Well done by Schubert. Stands his ground. Patrick again acting half-back. Reid. Short ball. Can he get it down? He's dropped the ball, has he? It's got to be dropped over the line. It's a scrum down. 20 metre tap, sorry. And Carl Marriott doesn't seem too happy with that one. I think he was the man who dropped it. He's as big as a forward, this centre, Carl Marriott. Gary Spenceley. Barry did well there, soak up that bit of pressure. Well, again, shoving down at the play the ball, and he's got to let go. Mr. Lowe should, they should be rolling away now, and they're having a pull and a shove. They're not letting go. Marwood out to Kerr. Rochdale coming up quickly. Neil Shaw out to Jeff Luxon. He'll straighten up, but well tackled by Chris Parr and Rob Lowe. Here's Marwood out to Schubert. Tries to get the ball out. Last tackle. Short. Right over the top and straight in. But I think number 6 Gartland was well offside. Not standing square. It's Rob Lowe. Patrick. Tony Morrison tackled on the halfway line. Flanagan. Mark Farrell. Rochdale not gained out in that 3. Gartland. Showing the ball inside to Reed, but battered up to it. Well tackled. Schubert and Spenceley. Patrick again, trying to go from acting half back. Last tackle. Rochdale only gained about 12 metres on that set of 6. Gartland tries the chip over the top again. Well fielded by McAllister. Now then, a gap up. Ooh, and he nearly gets away here, McAllister. Flanagan again. Here's Darren Wilson. Is that offside? Not getting away. Well, what's he give? How can he give a penalty there? How can he give a penalty on that decision? Darren Wilson played the ball and he said he rolled it back. Absolutely disgusting. The Rochdale players are not getting out of the way. He was laying behind Darren Wilson. Darren Wilson played it quite properly and Mr. Lowe gives the penalty. Well, he's got to make these Rochdale players get away from the play of the ball. And that was a really bad decision by Mr. Lowe there. The Rochdale man hadn't rolled away. He was stuck behind Darren Wilson. Darren Wilson played it with his foot. It come off the man who was in an offside position and he gives a penalty for not playing it. It's Flanagan. A forward pass. No help from his linesman there, Mr. Lowe. That's where the linesman should be picking him up. Here's Flanagan. Out to Gartland. Gartland out to Stevens. Little run around. Gartland. Another forward pass not given. Stevens again acting half back. Out to the prop forward. Chris Parr. He's going for the line. Tackle just short. Patrick. Trying to burrow over. Well held up by Dean Thomas. Last tackle. Chris Parr. He's trying to get over. But Rochdale will be quite happy with that. Tackling Barrow on the line. Hutton tries to run the ball out. Neil Shaw. Good drive from Neil Shaw. 20 metres gained. Helps these forwards. Here's Jeff Luxon. Well, that looked a bit of a dangerous tackle there. From the second row man, Morrison. Here's Atkinson, out to Robinson. Good tackle from Wayne Reid. Darren Wilson, going up the blind, gives it Ian McAllister. And now he's give offside. Where's the... You've got to give advantage, referee. The idea of this new ruling now is to play it till the ball is dead. That man is on his way to his try line. He's pulled them back and given him a penalty. Well, the only thing I can say there is maybe Rochdale stopped as he blew his whistle for offside. But Ian McAllister was off on his way for a try and he's pulled back and given an offside. So it's Gary Spenceley. At least it makes for a good game. The crowd are getting behind Barrow now. Feel like they've been a bit hard done by. Here's Marwood going up the blind side. Stopped by Flanagan. Gareth Kerr. Out to Johnny Wright. Just short of the line. Pulled down by the sub, Mick Farrell. Schubert out to Marwood. Marwood to Atkinson. Held up. 10 metres short of the Rochdale try line. Neil Shaw, Marwood, Schubert, Robinson. Oh, he's left the ball now, then it's picked up by Farrell. There's a chase. It's a nice inside ball to Gartland. Well covered back by Hutton. Farrell. Out to Marriott. Going across the field. Chased by Spensley. Gets the ball out to Hayes. End-to-end stuff here at Barrow. Flanagan. Taken out by Neil Shaw. That's going to be high tackle. So chance here to level the scores by Rochdale. I think they'll have a pop-up goal on this one. Well, a couple of talking points in this half. All from the referee, Mr. Law. Disallowed try to Barrow, and what looked like to be a certain try there by Ian McAllister pulled back and the penalty given. I think Barrow feel they were hard done by on that one. I think that the rule in this year, they want quick play of the balls, players away, and coming back to that incident before, Darren Wilson did exactly that, got up quick, played the ball, and because the Rochdale players were onside, he gets penalised. .33 minutes gone. Rochdale level the scores with that penalty from Gartland. And Kyle Marriott had to leave the field. He's been replaced by Darren Pitts, number 17. And must say that not sorry to see that lad go, Kyle Marriott. He looked a very strong player from here. It's out to Hutton. Again pulling and shoving, and the referee's letting it go. It's Gary Spensley. Neil Shaw. Gareth Kerr juggles with it but takes it the second go. Wrapped up by the Rochdale defence. And Sean to pow on. Here's Atkinson. Out to Jeff Luxon. Gary Schubert. Well, linesman gives that one. He's missed two and he pulls that one up. Well, there's one worse than that gone. The linesman gives it. I think it was from a shout from the crowd, really. And here's the sub, Darren Pitts. Pulled down just over halfway. Tony Morrison. Good yards from Tony Morrison. Wayne Reid. Barrow standing off a little bit there, letting Wayne Reid get 10 metres. Packery out to Flanagan. Gartland inside, little switch. Rob Law is pulled down by Gary Spensley. Going, not picked up from acting half back there. The little hooker, he's got over. Well taken out by Roy Robinson. Barrow a bit asleep there. Here's Flanagan. Out to Gartland, tries the chip through. And cleared by Ian McAllister. So Barrow here got to soak up another set of 6. Could do with keeping Rochdale out just before half time. 6 points apiece. It's Marwood with the dropout. Wants to get as far as he possibly can. It's a bad bounce. Taken by Paul Stevens. 35 metres inside the barrow half. Out to the sub, Mick Farrell. Well tackled from Neil Shaw and Gary Schubert. Oh, spills the ball, number 15. Sean Tapau. So Barrow doing well to hold Rochdale out there. As Dean Marwood feeds the scrum. Out to Roy Robinson. Marwood. Jeff Luxon. Oof, well that's not... That's got to be a high tackle, referee. Gary Spenceley. Neil Shaw. Out to Gareth Kerr. Just short the halfway line. Marwood. Shaw's the dummy. 8 metres inside the Rochdale half. Neil Shaw. Kicks for the corner. Ian Hayes lets the ball go. It's head and ball to Rochdale. 4 minutes of this half plus injury time. 6 points apiece. 1 try apiece. It's come out, Flanagan, out to Gartland. Tries to show the ball, but he's well picked up by Atkinson. Wayne Reid. Coming down the blind here, Patrick. Out to Tapau. Patrick again. Flanagan. Patrick again. Schubert there offside. The referee lets it go. Never retired. Gary Schubert. Flanagan. Kicks to the corner. Taken by Ian McAllister. Darren Wilson out to Roy Robinson. Gary Spenceley. Well, people doing a bit of grumbling, but it'll be getting hard work out there now for these forwards. As Neil Shaw takes it up. Good drive from Neil Shaw. And not much injury time played. And it was Barrow who got the first points on the board on 7 minutes with that penalty from Marwood. And then just after that, there was the disallowed try where it looked all right from up here. But 2 minutes later, loose ball was picked up by Hutton. He dived in at the corner to Rochdale's dismay, but the referee gives it, makes it 6 points to 0. 4 minutes later, a little kick over the top. So here we go for the second half. It's 6 points apiece. Last tackle. It's gone back to Marwood. Kicks down the field. Slight wind blowing down this field, so it's to the advantage of Barrow in this half. And I think this is one rule that they should go back on, this no tackle. How can they say that's no tackle? That's a tackle. And if you go above the, go beyond the mark of where you take the ball, I think they should revert back to first tackle. I'm starting to play a 7 tackle game, and I don't think that's what it's about. Shouts of knock on there from Atkinson. It's going to be a kicking game, I think, this half. Robinson picks up. Oh, and a good chase from Patrick. Shouts of offside. But I think it might have been Steve Gartland who chased that one. It was a good chase. So drop out, Marwood to take it. Kicking into his son. Gartland there couldn't see, had to put his hand up. Sean to Powell. Rochdale looking slightly dangerous here. Pashnik out to Flanagan. Gartland back to Flanagan. Long ball out. Good tackle from Dean Thomas. Still going down that side. It's Flanagan going for the line. Just short. Last tackle. Oh, that's a poor pass. Out to Tapau. And a kick over the top for nothing. Well, Gartland's saying something, I think, to Sean Tapau, but the ball was a poor one to him. He didn't have much to do but kick it. Gary Spensley. Laying on again. The referee should do something about it. Here's Johnny Wright. Good run from Johnny Wright. Only 18-year-old, this lad, just signed from Barrow Island. It's out to Gareth Kerr. Gets away now then. Oh, he's going away from his wingman. Out to Marwood. He's going. Got one man to beat. But Gareth Kerr should have run to his wingman instead of running away. It's out to Atkinson. Back to Schubert. Try to keep the ball alive. 4 tackles. Atkinson out to Marwood. Switches. Oh, poor ball really. Dean Marwood. Don't know why he switched. Atkinson had just done that run. He wasn't even ready for the ball. And why did Marwood choose that decision? So a bad choice there from Dean Marwood. He hangs his head. I think he knows that he did wrong. So scrum down 20 metres from the Rochdale try line. Comes out. Flanagan picks up. Taken out by Dean Thomas. Mick Farrell out to Lowe. Gap opens up. Good tackle again, Roy Robinson. Having a good game, Roy Robinson. Patrick out to Meadows. Taken out by Gary Spensley. Patrick out to Farrell. Farrell gives it to Gartland. Chris Parr pulled to the ground. Gartland out to Flanagan. Reid. He's well tackled by Neil Shaw. Last tackle. It's gone back to the kicker. It's Flanagan. Gartland over the top. Taken by Hutton. Good fielding by Glenn Hutton. Again, no tackle. Marwood out to Roy Robinson, helping the forwards out. It's pulled down by Tapau. Neil Shaw, Jeff Luxon on a charge. Reid not getting away. Darren Wilson. Good tackle from Tapau. Neil Shaw going from acting half back. Takes it 8 metres inside the Barrow half. Rochdale half. Here's Marwood. Tries one over the top. Oh, it's a bad bounce. McAllister takes out Farrell. So try scorer, Ian Haynes. tackling again here from Barrett. Patchy Nick goes from McIntyre back. Well, shouts for a forward. I don't think it was that one. Reed. Pulled down on the halfway line. 4 tackles. And kicking on the 4th tackle here, Gartland. Oof. Bit of juggle by Roy Robinson, but it's play on. Well, I think he shouted, give him 10 to the wingman, but he never gave him 10 there. Sutton. Good tackle from Tapau. Oh, offside by a mile here. The referee lets it go. Here's Gary Spenceley. Out to Darren Wilson. Out to Ian McAllister. He's got round his winger. No, he hasn't. Well, had the tackle been made? Surely the tackle had been made. Well, the tackle had been made there, I'm sure, and then he was pulled again. But the linesman gives it. Flanagan to feed. It's allowed to go. Patchy Nick. Gartland. Oh, and it's dropped. Is that not a knock on? Gone back, the referee said. Farrell. That was forward. He had to go back for that one. Darren Pitts. Gartland. Out to Reed. Shows the ball inside to Meadows. Good tackle from Neil Shaw, knocking him down. Patchenick gets the ball out to Reed. Puts it inside to Hayes. Straight into the hands of Johnny Wright. Dean Marwood. Jeff Luxon. Well tackled by Chris Parr. Well, it's taken a long time to do it, but he's now giving it. Thought Barrow would try the kick there. Say slight breeze out there blowing down the field. Schubert there, it was forward again. And the referee looking at his linesman. I think the linesman should be picking him up. Atkinson. Gary Spenceley going acting half back. Usual cry of get him onside. Here's Neil Shaw. Out to Jeff Luxon. Taken out by Gartland. Last tackle. Could be the bomb from Marwood. Neil Shaw. Marwood. To the corner. Well taken by Hayes. Under pressure. Farrell. Taken out by Gary Spenceley. Reed. Good run from Reed, the loose forward. And offside Barrett. Patchenick. Gartland out to Tapau, inside to Darren Pitts. Picked up by Rob Lowe. Good 10 metres. Gartland. Out to Flanagan. Gartland. Out to Farrell. Well, I think the referee again only gave that on the shout of the crowd. and is now pulling the captain out. Could be 2 points to Rochdale. Rochdale going to go for the try. As Jeff Luxon goes to the blood bin. Patchenick. Out to Chris Parr. Good drive from Chris Parr. Here's Patchenick. Flanagan. Shows the ball inside to Meadows. Morrison just short. And it's a little knock on from Morrison. And Stuart Quayle coming on for Jeff Luxon, the blood bin. So scrum down, 10 metres from the Barrow try line. Marwood to feed. Shaw. Stuart Quayle's first touch of the ball. Gets the ball out to Neil Shaw. Bit dangerous there, second tackle, Stuart Quayle. Marwood out to Gary Spenceley. Neil Shaw, Dean Marwood, Gareth Kerr. Marwood again. Inside to Johnny Wright. Pulled down by... And they're pulling again. They've got to give a penalty. Come on, linesman. Get on the field. He's pulling at his shirt there, Reid. Not allowing him to play the ball. It's taken by Hayes. And they've also brought on... no, it isn't Stuart Quayle. That was Nick Cornt there for a minute. It's Stuart Quayle who's on. Flanagan inside. Good tackle from Stuart Quayle. Reid inside to Powell. Patchenick going from acting halfback, starting to get a little bit of room, this Rochdale hooker. Needs to be picked up round the play of the ball. Gone back to Gartland, number 3's well offside. Taken by Roy Robinson. Well, he hasn't gone 10. The referee said he was offside. He hasn't run 10 metres and it should be a penalty. Ian McAllister. Darren Wilson going along the Rochdale defence. Atkinson out to Schubert. Gary Spenceley. Good tackle from Tapau. Neil Shaw. Stuart Quayle. Takes it up to halfway. And listen, Marwood picks it up. Gives it to Neil Shaw. Nobody there, last tackle. To Atkinson. Oh, and it's in touch. Bad play by O'Keefe, should have just covered it, tries to play it. It's a scrum down, 10 metres from the Rochdale try line, Barrow, head and ball. Marwood out to Atkinson, going for the line. Pull down just short. Well, laying on again there, Gartland. Stuart Quayle. 2 metres short the try line. Barrow going for the points. Neil Shaw out to Marwood. Gareth Kerr. Good tackle from Wayne Reid. Neil Shaw again. Picks up, gives it Schubert. Out to Quayle. Can't get the ball away. Neil Shaw again. Marwood. Dummies. Goes for the line. He's got it to Neil Shaw. Has he got it down? I think he has. It's going to be a try. Nobody's complaining, and it's Neil Shaw. .57 minutes gone. Barrow stretched the lead, 10 points to 6. And it was a bad mistake by the wingman, Paul O'Keefe, playing that ball, give Barrow the head and ball. And it's Dean Marwood who went for the line. He was held up, but he released the ball. Good backing up from Neil Shaw, and he went in by the post to make it 10 points to 6. 57 minutes gone. Atkinson taking over the kicking duties from Dean Marwood. Oh, again it's missed, it's off the post. As Rochdale make another substitution, it's Tony Morrison going off. And it's Chris Scarisbrook who's come on for Tony Morrison. As Dean Marwood restarts. Chappell. Gartland out to Flanagan, straightens up, finds a gap. Now then, it's 2-on-1. And it's dropped, but Roy Robinson there again took 2 men out there. As Barrow still seems to be struggling to get back, it's out to Stevens. But they've got back now, Barrow. Petchnik. Scarisbrook, the first touch for the sub. Reid shows the ball. Good tackle from Schubert. Petchnik. Out to Gartland. Tries a long ball out. Thomas misses his man, but it's enough to put him off. Flanagan. Taken out by Thomas this time. Last tackle. It's out to Gartland. Tries a chip through. Knock on. No arguments on that one. Gary Spenceley trying to pick it up. Gives Rochdale another set of 6. Still a knock on. I think you're asking a bit too much there for a charge down on that one. He was on his hands and knees when he touched that one. It's come out. Flanagan. Out to the second row man, Rob Lowe, goes for the post. Petchnik again. Out to Reid. This man seems to be doing a little bit of organising at the moment, Wayne Reid. It's Petchnik going to go on his own from acting half-back. And he's got the ball down. And as I was saying 5 minutes ago, he's not being picked up round this acting half-back. And he goes in by the post. So 2/3 through this game, it's back to level scores, and I think Gartland will put this one over. And I was just saying about this Petchnik, he's been gaining a lot round this acting half back, especially this second half. And you could see what he was going to do from there. Barrow not picking it up round the play of the ball. And it's Gartland with a fairly easy conversion attempt, but saying that Barrow have missed a couple. And it's there this time. So Rochdale in the lead for the first time, 12 points to 10. As Gartland kicks. Well stopped by Roy Robinson. Atkinson. Marwood tries to dummy, picked out by Patrick. Neil Shaw, Stuart Quayle. Good tackle from the sub, Darren Pitts. Marwood. Gareth Kerr. Well up again by the sub, Pitts. Neil Shaw, back to Marwood. Dummies the kick. High in the air. Rochdale just let it bounce, and now it's taken out by the prop forward. Barrow also stood waiting for it, and Chris Parr says I'll have it and gain 40 metres. Patchnick out to Tapau. Scarisbrook. Barrow going to sleep here just for a minute or two. It's Patchnick out to Reed, pulled down by Schubert and Quayle. Patrick again. Gartland. Flanagan. Straightens up through the gap. Robinson picks him out well again. What a game Roy Robinson's had. And it's Patrick again going from blind. And it looks like a try, is it? He's got in at the corner. Everybody's looking. It's going to be a try. I'll tell you it is in a minute. And I think it could be the centre, Stevens. And it's the sub, Darren Pitts, going in at the corner. Barrow going to sleep here. They kicked that ball high and everybody stood off it, even all the Barrow players. And it all come down to Chris Parr. He just said, well, I'll have it and go 40 metres up the field and put Barrow under pressure. So it's Gartland with a conversion attempt. 16 points to 10, Rochdale leading. As Barrow wait to make another substitution, it's going to be Gareth Kerr who's going to come off. And it's pulled wide, so still chance for Barrow to get back into it here. As Gareth Kerr is going to be replaced by Nick Cornt. So 2 tries in 6 minutes, putting Rochdale into a 16-10 lead. Atkinson. Neil Shaw. Out to Marwood. Stuart Quayle. Good tackle from Darren Pitts, the try scorer. Marwood try to prise him open, pulled down by Tapau. Shaw. Nick Cornt, first touch of the ball. Pulled down just over halfway. Barrow struggling to break Rochdale down at the moment. Here's Shaw, kicks for the corner. Taken by Ian Hayes. Patrick out to Pitts. Oh, it's Scarsbrook, that one, sorry. This is Pitts, the try scorer. Up the blind side. Rob Lowe. And that's got to be a penalty to Barrow, and he should be sin-binned for that. And the referee's allowing play. Oh, what the heck's going on? The linesman should have stood his ground there. You can't strike out at a player and just say play on. Should have been penalised for that. It's a big kick up the field, it'll go dead. Into touch. But the linesman there come on to stop trouble and then run back off again. He should have stood his ground and said what happened there. No good running on and then running off again. There's an injury to Phil Atkinson. Out to Roy Robinson. Marwood, Barrow a man short at the moment. Atkinson still having treatment. Neil Shaw, well, Rochdale taking ability there, the referee not being onside. Out to Gary Schubert, back out to Marwood, Marwood to Johnny Wright, out to Corn. Neil Shaw, pulled down just over halfway. Darren Wilson. Showing the ball, can't get away. Oh, it's a loose pass. Now Barrow don't want to start doing this, giving away the ball. Still a chance yet to get back into this game. Farrell, nice ball out. Now then, it's 1-on-1 again. Oh, and he's got men backing him out. It's out to Ian Hayes. It's a chase, but they're not going to catch him. And Ian Hayes goes in. And it's this man again, Scarsbrook, who's opened them up. Well, 3 tries in 10-minute spell here from Rochdale. Game going away from Barrow 20 points to 10. But they've got to look on the mistakes again here, Barrow. That ball there should have gone dead with that, Darren Wilson. Instead he tried to push out the pass and it's picked up by Rochdale. So it's Gartland with the kick. Pulled wide again. So 20 points to 10. Rochdale lead. And just 10 minutes left of the game. As number 10 comes back on, Mark Meadows, for I think it was Rob Lowe. As Gartland kicks off. Gary Spenceley. Barrow missed the bursting runs of Jeff Fluxon since he went off. I thought it was a blood bin, but obviously it must have been worse than that. He's never returned. Neil Shaw out to Marwood. Stuart Quayle. Nick Corn. Stuart Quayle. Good burst from Stuart Quayle. Inside to Neil Shaw. Out to Roy Robinson. Out to Darren Wilson. And that's got to be the try of the match. And that's what the game's about, and that's what Barrow should do. A nice try there, all started by Stuart Quayle, bursting through the tackles. He feeds Neil Shaw. Neil Shaw give it to Roy Robinson. Roy Robinson gives it to Darren Wilson, and he goes in under the post to make up for his pass that he made. So Barrow maybe coming back into it. And Marwood kicks that one this time. So 16 points to 20, Barrow trail. About 7 or 8 minutes. Oh, it's a nice kick-off from Marwood. And Rochdale asleep there. Barrow back on the attack. Schubert. And he's offside. It's no good going for goal. They've got to go for 4, 6 points. There's Marwood with the kick. Finds touch. Now then, can Barrow do something here? It's Shaw. Out to Nick Cornt. Goes for the post. Nick Cornt just come out of the academy. He had a good season in the academy. Neil Shaw, Marwood on the blind. Schubert. Out to and it's just spilled by Johnny Wright. A try gone begging again for Barrow. I think he would have been tackled just short though, saying that they did take him out, did Rochdale. It's a scrum down, 10 metres from the Rochdale try line. 7 minutes plus injury. Play on, the referee set. Nice little run from Flanagan. He's off up the field. Chased by Ian McAllister. Good tackle back by Ian McAllister. Gartland picks up from acting halfback. Spins in the tackle. Goes to ground, but it's picked up by Rob Lowe. He's going for the line. He's going to be in. Oh, that's a double movement. That's a double movement. Surely, referee. Well, it looked a double movement from here, from Rob Lowe. It looked like he was tackled short and then put the ball down. And the referee give it. But Flanagan there making the break up the field, not picked up round the base of the scrum. And maybe Barrow regret that one. It's 24-16. So another touchline conversion attempt from Gartland, and that's not going to make it. So about 5 minutes plus injury time as Jeff Luxon returns for Gary Schubert. Gartland kicks deep, taken by Atkinson. Dean Thomas out to Jeff Luxon, back on the field. Stuart Quayle taken out by Tapau. Johnny Wright, short ball to Gary Spenceley, but well covered up by Flanagan. He's had a good game, this little scrum half. 2 ankle taps in the first half. And a knock on. So that's probably Barrow's chance gone to get back in the game. Flanagan feeds. Comes out to Gartland. Out to Lowe. Playing out in the centre. Ooh, and the ball pulled out. Was that not a back to 6? Referee hasn't give it. Scarybrook. And that's going to be a penalty, pulling at his headgear. Referees give him now when the headgear flies off. Gartland going for goal. Take up a bit more time. .30 metres from the post, this penalty attempt for Gartland. And not there for kickers, it's pulled wide, but he'll be happy with that. It's ball back. Marwood kicks deep. Patchinick out to Farrell. Taken out by Marwood. Patchinick again. Out to number 10, Mark Meadows. Good tackle, Gary Spenceley. Up in Mark Meadows. Patchinick out to Flanagan. Out to Reid. Pulled down by Neil Shaw. Patchinick again going from acting half back. A nice ball out to Farrell. Good backing up here. Meadows drops the ball. First knock on. Ian McAllister tried to pick the ball up. Gary Spenceley taking the man of the match award. Got to agree with him, he's had a good game, but Roy Robinson must have pushed him very close because he's done everything you can ask of a full-back. Stopped a couple of certain tries, Roy Robinson. Marwood out to Spenceley. Out to Ian McAllister. But a bit of a bad ball. Ian needs the ball right to him. That was a bit high. Farrell. Good tackle from Jeff Luxon. Patchinick. Flanagan shows the ball. Patchinick again. Out to Reid. Nice short ball to Gartland. Cuts back inside. And as it goes over, it counts. The ball was still alive. He'll have to take the kick as well. And I think it's number 3, I think. Paul Stevens. Well, they've got to go the shaking hands, but they've got to have a go at goal. And it is Paul Stevens as Gartland lines it up. And Barrow look back on a few mistakes again this half. They got off to a good start with that try by Neil Shaw, making it 10 points to 6. And just as I was saying about Patchinick getting this, making these yards from acting half back, he went in by the post from the similar position. Barrow never picked him up to make it 10-10. Gartland converted to make it 12-10. And then on 66 minutes, Barrow never picked the player up, and it was Pitts who went over in the corner to make it 16-10. Then 4 minutes later, it was It was a drop pass by Darren Wilson. It was fed out to Hayes. He went in the corner, 20 points to 10. It looked like the game was going away from Barrow. But one of the best tries of the game on 72 minutes when Stuart Quayle broke through. He fed Roy Robinson. Roy Robinson fed Wilson, and Wilson went in by the post, 20 points to 14. Was converted by Marwood, 20 points to 16. And we thought Barrow were coming back into it. But then a nice try from the second row man, Rob Lowe, put it out of Barrow's reach on 75 minutes to make it 24-16. And then just as the U2 was going, Stevens went over by the post to make it 28-16. An easy conversion for Gartland, 30 points to 16. Fairly good display again from Barrow, but just not quite good enough. They had the chances, but Rochdale come back. And looking at this Hunslet and Rochdale they've played now, this is what they've got to do. They've got to kill them off when they make the breaks, and Barrow don't seem to be doing that at the moment. So Barrow going down again.
Thank you very much for your attendance, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget this coming Wednesday, the reserves entertain Chesterfield with a 7 o'clock kick-off.